been putting this off for a long time, so I think it's best I just jump into it while I feel like I can, and we'll see what happens. I've been wanting to do recordings and share my life experience with others in hopes to bring hope and maybe, something that might inspire somebody to help on their journey. I am going to warn you that this could be triggering for some. It is about my own experience with domestic violence and the PTSD I live with. So I'll do my best not to go into too many details in the beginning, but as time goes on and progresses, I will go into more details. So hopefully other people will have the ability to relate and know that they are not alone. So I think to start off this first video, I'm just going to start with when I left my last really bad relationship and how I'm doing now. It's been quite a few years. I left in summer of 2018, and so it's 2025 now. So it's been a while. I've had time to process and heal and continue to heal through other things that come up. So when I left that relationship, I had been with that person a little over 3 years, and I left thinking that this person was going to kill me. And I left late at night, and I ran. I physically ran out of my home at the time that I was paying for, and I ran into the streets because I figured, if he caught me, at least I'd be in the middle of the street and the neighbors would see me, or someone had to see me because I was in the middle of the street. So I just kept running while he was chasing me. I made it to a grocery store that I was working at the time. Thankfully, they were still open. I think it was like 5 minutes till closing. And so I got there and I was able to call one of my family members to come get me. And I told my coworkers what was going on, so they didn't let him inside. But yeah, my thoughts were I was gonna die that night, and I didn't, which is, good for me because I have a much better life now. But it was really, really hard to make that decision to leave because most of those years I spent being manipulated and abused, and it was all different types of abuse. So I'm glad I left, though. Once I did leave, I was able to start my healing journey. And it was difficult in the beginning. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to talk to anybody on the phone. I didn't even want to get out of bed or eat or anything. But I slowly worked on it because I knew that was not a way that I wanted to live my life, was in fear. So I went to a lot of different types of counseling. I went to peer support groups. I went to individual counseling. I saw a peer therapist individually, and I went every single day to 3 or 4 of the group classes they had, just to expose myself to other people and hear other people's stories and be able to share parts of my own and start that healing process. Plus, it got me out of the house into an environment where I could feel safe. So that's kind of where I started with that healing process. And from there, I started working on being able to go outside a little bit at a time during the day. Once I got comfortable with the daytime, I would switch to nights, and I would just sit out on the porch at night outside of the place I was staying at So I was relatively close to, a person that could call the police if I needed, or anything like that, because I did put in a protection order against this person and it was approved. So that's how I started my journey, and now I'm living on my own. I have a job, I have friends, I have healthy relationships in my life, and yeah, if you want to learn more, just watch out for my next video and I will dive into that story. But just know that there is always some type of hope, and there's always some type of help out there, even if we're not aware of it. Even if you feel like that person has got you under their control and you can't leave with nothing but the clothes on your back, because that's what I did. It's still possible to build a life after that without them, and actually be able to laugh and smile again and feel safe for the majority of your life. I mean, you're still going to have moments where PTSD kicks in, but with therapy and good, healthy relationships built, it does get better, and they get further apart and less intense. So yes. Anyways, I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you for watching and being a part of my journey and sharing what I have gone through in life. Thanks, guys. Bye.